However, none of this made sense to my parents. They told me I needed to go to the local college. You see how ludicrous this whole situation was. Somewhere in my mind I assumed they were doing this to keep me from outshining Roman. It was as if they recognized my potential but consciously chose to disregard it. It's as if providing me with genuine support would jeopardize Roman's image as the golden child. Why else would they work so hard for me to stay at the local college while Roman, who was nothing near as ambitious, received unrivaled support? It seemed as if I was not meant to be more successful than him. That was not part of their script. But did I succumb to that foolishness? I mean, no, I'd already made significant sacrifices to keep up with the family's wacky biased antics, but I decided I'd had enough. I told my parents that I would only attend the local college if they permitted me to live in the campus dorms. My parents agreed a little too happily, thinking they'd persuaded me to stay at the local college. But did they actually? No chance in hell. I accepted the scholarship and relocated to another state while my parents thought I was attending a nearby college. The nicest aspect was that the prominent college I was admitted to offered the finance course I desired in just 2 years, whereas the local college required 4, so that was ideal since it meant I could graduate earlier than my parents had imagined. Honestly, it was the best decision I've ever made. Not only did I leave the hellhole my parents had created, but this college represented the pinnacle of prosperity. I say this because shortly after graduating I was offered a 6-figure salary and have been with the company for a year. Things are actually improving for me since I am on the verge of receiving a promotion. I did it all. The scholarship covered 70% of the fees and I utilized the money my father contributed to meet other expenses. Now I'm having a fantastic life. My father continues to send me money believing that I am a student at the local college and I have not told him to stop. No, it's kind of terrible, but I consider it retribution. For the last 3 years I've had limited communication with my relatives. There were a few checkup calls here and there, as well as 1 or 2 trips to my home over the holidays to keep them from becoming suspicious. Aside from that, they haven't troubled me too much and I've been able to avoid them by explaining that I've been busy with my studies. They don't seem to care anyway. I mean, why should they? They had a golden child. Now my parents benefited from the fact that the only person they had to care for was no longer in their lives. I was truly satisfied with the setup. It did hurt from time to time that my folks didn't notice I had moved states away, but the melancholy was offset by the relief of not having their toxic presence around me. Truth be told, I did miss having a family, not a dysfunctional one like mine, but rather the feeling of having a family who genuinely cared about me despite my friends and pleasures. I felt that something was lacking in my life. However, until this morning it appeared difficult to correct. My father called today to tell me that Roman was getting married and that he needed me there a few days before the wedding to help with the preparations. I was taken aback. Was my father truly urging me to come home? I had been looking forward to this moment for a long time, especially since he told me I was part of the family and that he wanted everyone to be present for Roman's big day. I truly became emotional. My parents had never acknowledged me as a member of their family. They were primarily concerned with themselves and Roman, but now my father specifically wanted me to attend the wedding. It was overwhelming to receive appreciation from my parents, but then I remembered that these were the ones who had ignored me throughout my childhood. Even today they were unaware that their eldest son lived states away. Do I really want to return to these people only to be disregarded again as I have been my entire life? This is where I find myself in a quandary, and I'd like to ask you all, what would you do if you were in my shoes? I miss my sense of family and it would be wonderful to have them care about me for once, but the prospect of returning back only to have my expectations shattered again terrifies me. Should I accept their invitation and attend my brother's wedding solely for the sake of family, or should I stick to my commitment to live far away from them and not allow them to hurt me again? Before we get into that, it's been 2 days and I've had PLE